Yeah, I did ask her out to show that I'm not a serial killer, basically, that I'm a decent human being.
So we met in St. Anne's Church in the faith community.
I had just moved to Singapore for work, and yeah, I was looking for sort of a young adult fellowship to join. I started attending, and then that's where I met Teresa.
Love at first sight for me. I heard him before I saw him because his voice is very loud.
I tend to be quite loud.
Who's this person sitting behind me? He was introducing himself to everyone in the community. I tried to talk to him and I was quite interested in this very interesting person. And I think there was one community session a few weeks later where every community member had to check in where they were at. And then Josiah was sharing about his story of how he arrived in Singapore. And I felt very moved. Like my heart was very drawn to him because I felt like he was very resilient and very open as a person. The community leader, he was saying you can message the person on your left and right to affirm them. But he wasn't sitting on my left or my right, but I just took the chance to just say, oh, thank you for sharing.
And then that was how she messaged me, basically. And then I think we had our first date at Moss Burger at Waterway Point. And I think after that, we basically ended up walking all the way, 2.5-hour walk, and we just back to Sengkang. Had a really good time, and then from there, I think we sort of hit it off. The thing that really attracted me to her was her gentleness and her kindness, and then it also helps that you find me funny. So I met her parents before our first date.
Yeah. My mom helps my neighbor to sell second-hand bikes. I knew he was coming over just to get the bike. He came over and then my mom asked him to stay for dinner. I was so shocked because I was in my home clothes and I was working from home and I was like, you invited Josiah to stay for dinner without telling me.
Her mom, I think, guessed that something was up, and so that's why she invited me to stay. So,
or maybe I told
maybe you told her.
I think I knew Josiah was the one. Over time, yeah, I gave it a lot of time, a lot of conversations, talking and working through our own insecurities, our past. We used many tools that our community and our friends had given us, like questions asked during dating or even during engagement. So I think that really helped us to open up and to share deeply and to ponder on the responses also, giving ourselves time to resurface these conversations time and time again.
So yeah, it was a process as we dated and had more and more conversations that I think I came to that realization as well. I can't say if there was one particular moment, but yeah, I think you're right. It's very much sort of this trust that is built up over time, getting to know you, your love for the Lord, and I think just her family and how I get along well with them, how she gets along well with my family. And it's just sort of all of these little things clicked, and then after a while you sort of build a picture and go, yeah, I can see it. I can see myself living with this person the rest of my life and building a family with this person. MPC provide you with a lot of discussion questions that we really went deep into. They can be answered on a very surface level as well, but then I think if you're intentional about doing it, I think what we discovered was it opened a lot more avenues.
From the start, we've always been talking about where are we heading? So are we heading towards marriage, or is this just, a non-serious relationship? Yeah, but I think we were clear from the start where we were going, and I think over time that really helped to build that trust and that honesty. Yeah. It helped us to be intentional about why we were even thinking of getting married. It's not just a piece of paper, and why isn't it just a piece of paper? And then discovering that there are so many other avenues of discussion topics that we will definitely be talking about.
I think very, very early on that one of the reasons why we want to get married is to have a family, and I think we see that as a central part of the vocation to marriage.
Being in a big family has taught me how to share, having a little less to go around, but still enough to go around. It has taught me how to face conflict, how to face my own insecurities, my fears. That has expanded my worldview on the beauty of having a large family or even children in the family.
My family is a lot more spread out, whereas her family is all within, I want to say 10 kilometers of one another. We end up having very different expectations about communication within family and in terms of how we want to resolve conflicts in the family.
I think I'll be the disciplinarian.
Loki, I think
Yeah.
I'll be a little bit of like the funny, playful kind of dad.
Yeah, but we have to be on the same team.
Yeah, same team, always same team.
I think Josiah as a father would be very genuine and intentional. Being there, being very present, even though he's feeling so much. That's what I love about you.
My experience watching Teresa be hands-on with kids. I sort of know how loving and how caring she is around children, and how she has a very healthy view of parenting, not like the Asian tiger mom style of parenting, if I can say that. I think I have a very strong idea of what she'll be like, a loving mother who always wants to build up her children.